Students will understand how to write and solve real-world application problems using equations. So in short, we're going to be taking a word problem and converting it into an equation. And then from the equation, we're then going to solve for the variable. So the word problem here says Manuel bought a bag of jelly beans. He ate 30 of them and had 63 left. Which equation, when solved, will tell you how many jelly beans were in the bag? A bar model with two-step equations makes a lot of sense. With one step, I'm probably overdoing it, meaning I'm doing more than I should, but it's really good practice for you anyway, because with a two-step equation, every year I've been doing this, every kid has been very happy, very grateful that I've been showing the bar model. And what we're going to do is we're going to go from the bar model to the equation and then solve the equation like we did in the last unit. So once again, he bought jelly beans, right? The thing is we don't know how much. So we're going to actually draw a rectangle. The rectangle, the bar, whatever you want to call it, can represent jelly beans. So I could just write J for jelly beans. Then the next sentence, he ate 30 of them. So once again, I don't know how much he started off with, but I do know that he just ate 30 of them. So I'm just going to estimate that this right here, it's about 30. And if you think about it, right, when you eat 30 jelly beans, are you adding the 30? Are you subtracting it? Are you multiplying it? Are you dividing it? The first thing you should understand is because you ate 30 of them, you will have less than what you started off with. So it's a smaller amount. So you should automatically be guessing either subtraction or division. But in this case, because you ate 30 of them, you're actually subtracting 30 of them because you have 30 less now than you did before. And the word less means subtraction, like we talked about in the last unit. Now this whole thing, after I ate 30 of them, right, I'm going to pretend it's me now. After I ate 30 of them, I had 63 left over. And 63 can go right here. In a bar model, this little bracket here represents the equal sign. So then from there, we're going to write this out like an equation and solve it. So it's going to be J minus 30 equals 63. And then you're going to solve this like you normally would. But in this problem here, they just want us to circle the option over here. Which one exactly has what I have? And that'll be the last choice. So in this word problem, J minus 30 equals 63 will get us our answer. Let's solve it anyway. Draw a line through the equal sign. You would do plus 30 to both sides. And J equals 93. Meaning that Manuel started off with 93 jelly beans. A teacher opened a box of raisins and divided them evenly among 10 students. Each student got 6 raisins. Which equation, when solved, will tell you how many raisins were in the box? So this one, right, I'm not sure if a bar model would help. Bar model is very hard to explain when you're using division in the problem, and you know you are because it literally says it in the passage. So this one I'm just going to go right to the equation part, and hopefully it makes sense. So once again, you don't know how many raisins the teacher started off with, right? So in math, if you don't know something, you give it a variable. So we're giving it x. But then the teacher divided that amongst 10 students. So, right, student 1, student 2, student 3, student 4, student 5, student 6, student 7, 8, 9, and 10. And this is a little visual to help you out. So we're going to evenly split out whatever the x is amongst 10 people. Well, when you split something out evenly, right, that's dividing. And plus, like I said before, it literally does tell you that it's dividing. So it should be x. And instead of doing a division symbol like this, I like to do the fraction bar like I mentioned before. So I'm going to do x over 10. That does mean x divided by 10. And that's going to equal 6 raisins. And that's the way I would write it. Now, of course, if you look at your choices here, they don't have it like that, but they have something that's very similar. And that's this guy right here, right? The letter doesn't really matter. I used X this time, but I could use R for raisins. And that says R divided by 10 equals 6. Mine says X divided by 10 equals 6. And it's the same thing. From here, let's just solve it anyway. Draw a line through the equal sign. And in order to get rid of the division of 10, we multiply by 10. We multiply by 10. And X equals 60. So that's how many raisins were in the box. The rest are on you. Call me over if you have any questions. Make sure to use keywords. Try using a bar model or some type of visual to help you understand what operation you should do